The Waterfront returns Netflix to the criminal family drama subgenre, which it has dominated for 10 years. The streamer gained notoriety in 2015 for Bloodline and the sinister mysteries of the Rayburn family. Then, in 2017, Ozark and the Beard family's adventures garnered even greater praise. The Waterfront opens a new chapter in that history, but this time, the Buckley family's adventures are made all the more dramatic and compelling by Kevin Williamson's distinct near-horror tone and an outstanding ensemble. The Waterfront makes unusual use of known elements. The Waterfront will seem fairly familiar to anyone who remembers those previous Netflix episodes. This show, like Bloodline and Ozark, centers on a family and their secrets. Once more, the plot has a significant criminal component. Once more, the Buckleys live in the made-up town of Havenport, North Carolina, and the action takes place in a remote area of the nation. Holt McCallany in The Waterfront on Netflix is subtly electrifying. One of the most underappreciated actors of our time is Holt McCallany, who played Bill Tench in Mindhunter. His talent is unchangeable. Regardless of the size or nature of the job, he can always deliver a strong performance, and it's even better when he's given a force that attempts to push back against him. The multi-layered push and pull that McCallany had with Jonathan Groff in Mindhunter is not replicated in The Waterfront, but McCallany contributes a comparable sense of solidity to the program. The reason the action centers on Harlan is not only because he is the family's leader, but also because McCallany demonstrates that Harlan has merited that position. Even if he has flaws, his constant presence keeps the show on track when everyone else's turmoil is starting to become old. Boasting The Waterfront among Netflix's most fascinating stars, bravo to Libby Goldstein and Junie Lowry Johnson, the casting directors for Waterfront, for assembling this group. TV viewers will recognize the names of the series, which adds a certain level of familiarity and excitement, but they aren't so known that their celebrity status becomes a distraction. As Harlan and his long-suffering wife Belle, McCallany and NCIS alum Maria Bello headline the cast. Their scenes together are among the most intriguing because they seem so genuine and relatable. Bello has exactly the proper amount of hardness, as she did on NCIS, without coming across as aloof or uncaring. While viewers will recall Weary from Animal Kingdom, his character Kane Buckley is taking a totally different approach. The relationship between Kane and his high school sweetheart, Jenna, is actually the poorest aspect of the early episodes. Humberly Gonzalez, star of Star Wars Outlaws, plays Jenna in a delightful way, but viewers will know exactly where that plot is headed, so it feels out of place in a show that is generally defying convention. Melissa Benoist's portrayal of Kane's sister Bree, a recovering addict who recently went through a traumatic divorce, will astound anyone who still views her as Supergirl's star. Williamson, who knows that personality is ultimately the biggest attraction, has filled The Waterfront with seasoned actors who can give their characters individuality, just like he did with the following. Observing the performers' performances is just as entertaining as following the plot, and occasionally even more so.